Council Member Juanita Fisher, our distinguished guest, family and friends, and of course, Mid-Atlantic sisters. I think, and I'm not saying this because I was in the choir and our choir masters need another round of applause. Thank you. It is with immense gratitude, humility, and deeply reflective heart that I stand before you today. This annual Thanksgiving Mass is always a special occasion as we come together to express appreciation, reflect on our achievements, and renew our dedication to the mission of our organization. However, this year is particularly significant for me. It is my final Thanksgiving address as your president. Although I will continue to serve until the end of this year, when I will pass the torch to my successor. When I first received the invitation to lead, my initial reaction was one of hesitation. I had many valid reasons: writing a book, wanting to spend more time with my elderly mother, plenty of things. But upon reflection and prayers, I asked myself, how dare you say no to the call to serve? I realized that true service transcends convenience, and genuine commitment eliminates excuses. The irony is that I was still able to complete and publish my book, and even spend more time with my mother in the last year. See, you will always find time for the things and people that matter most, and we make excuses because we do not have the passion or love for something. And for the first time in her 85 years, my mother is right here in this church today, attending a Mid-Atlantic Mass. I thank you for your support, Mama. Accepting the call to serve such a noble group with some of the most thoughtful and kindest ladies taught me humility and how to become a better leader. When Gita and I decided to do this as a team, we were uncertain of the terrain ahead. But one thing we were sure of was that we were going to have fun raising funds. My predecessor did not pass the torch. It was not a seamless handover. Yet, we were expected to run at full speed and take the lead. But just as a garden, so did my confidence, courage, and vision, though not without challenges. In every garden, there will always be weeds. They show up uninvited, threatening to stifle growth and beauty. As a leader, you're bound to face obstacles and setbacks. Those are your weeds. The key is to carefully pull out those weeds and plant seeds of unity and purpose. I constantly remind myself that every garden can flourish when tended with love and resilience, once the right seeds are sowed. Some seeds are stubborn, so even when you remove them, they will pop up, and that will be the test of your strength as a good leader. You will have to stay consistent. Some weeds will come disguised as sunflower. I used to love them. You know the ones with the little yellow flower? I used to love them as a little girl. And I would pop them and put them in my hair. Understand your garden and know your real flowers. When we took over, we had this running joke that we were poor. We had zero in hand. We went from poor to all right in 3.5 years. And just as is tradition, we were able to transmit a total of 22,000 to the school in Freetown just this week, with the breakdown earmarked as follows: 7,000 towards additional tutoring for students struggling in core subjects like math and English, and 15,000 for the purpose of implementing boreholes and water tanks to assist with the water supply shortage at school. Your support made that possible. Our hope is to continue to tackle fundamental problems like these affecting the school and impacting students. And I hope that our next project, perhaps, will be a state-of-the-art library. In 2023, we launched our flagship project, the Dillsworth Empowerment Scholarship Foundation. Spearheading a scholarship project was personal for me, because it comes from a deeply rooted place in my own story. I remember being a young girl, raised by a single mother, knowing all too well what it meant not to have enough, and the painful experience of being sent home for unpaid school fees, despite my advanced academic potential. But I also remember so clearly what it meant to be seen for my abilities, because I was once a scholarship recipient. I knew firsthand the transformative power of education when someone believes in your potential and pour into you, which is why we created the Deaf Foundation and aligned a mentorship program with that. It is important to be there for these recipients as mentors and not just as financial donors. Our commitment to education and empowerment through scholarships and mentorship is our pledge to the next generation. It is a promise that potential should never be overshadowed by poverty. This organization, with your support, awarded life-changing scholarships to over 100 girls in the last 2 years, totaling $45,000. We have funded transformative projects, supported the school band, and launched initiatives that have significantly impacted countless lives. We did this together, as one family, imperfect, yet united in purpose. I thank you all for your continued support over the years, and there is absolutely no way this would ever be achieved without all of you. I must thank my Vice President for her unwavering support, her genuine friendship, and all the free therapy sessions. Before I do that, I'm the board chair for being more than a board chair. To the rest of my administration, the entire board, all the committee members, Mid-Atlantic Soul Sisters, and all our family and friends that have been supporting us from everywhere, and our Zoom and live friends. And of course, my own family for supporting me, I bow today with my whole heart. To my successor, know this: when you take over, you will not start from scratch. You will already be ahead. Continue to nurture the garden we have created, and let the weeds remind you of your strength to overcome. Tend our garden with care. As I begin to count down my time, 7 more months ago, 4 years will be up soon. I ask all of you that are considering stepping into this noble role to please consider these. Will you continue this essential work with passion? Will you safeguard what we have diligently built? I know I'm looking at a leader which is somewhere in this house, so I hope you're listening. Will you make your moves wisely and boldly and unselfishly? Will you always have our school's motto, Esto Fidelis, be thou faithful in every decision you make? Will you? My final prayer for those of you considering doing this, and I pray that whoever God chooses is listening, is that you do it for the girls and not for anyone or any other reason. Even though it might appear a little glamorous at times, it truly is a servant role. I'll be right here if you need me. And my commitment to our organization and the Deaf Foundation specifically remain steadfast. When you receive the torch at the end of the year, it will be bright with hope and ready to take it higher heights. No other organization, and I mean no other organization, is close to us in style, class, fundraising, and growth. Not even those liars. So it is a good time. It is a really good time to come in. Just don't drop the baton. So when I give it to you, girl, you better run. The transfer will be seamless. Keep your truth tellers close. Be prepared to hear things about yourself that you never even knew you did or said. That is leadership. But if you lead truly from your heart, you will be fulfilled, and at the end of your tenure, all you will see is the beautiful garden you created, and it will be all worth it. I can tell you today that all I see is a garden of love. I choose to see only the beauty, ignoring the thorns, and the rest is just a blessing in the lesson. I am excited to see what is next for our organization, and ready to get some me time. And as it is said in 2 Timothy 4, verses 7, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race, and I